triple-digit temperatures, rising fire risk, and Saharan dust. It's going to be a full week, and we'll get into all of it right after this. Well, that intro might have been kind of exciting, but unfortunately, the forecast won't really be that fun, especially when you get into the details, which we'll do right now. But first, I want to talk about something. I posted this earlier, and I saw some discussion online about the 10-day Euro model that was pointing to literally little to no precipitation for most of our area. And I went and watched the actual animation of that loop, of that model, and it really showed me something interesting. So if you watch it, you can see the twirl of the high pressure, and when it wraps up, it's getting smaller and smaller, but unfortunately, for our area, it's just right here that there's little to no rain. There's a little bit in our area, but I mean, that's really looks like wishful thinking at that point. But this shows that the most of the high pressure of the next 10 days is going to be over our area. Now, it does look like, at least for this week, or at least the early half of the week maybe, most of the high pressure is going to be off to our west. And so that will actually help conditions quite a bit across our area, but not that much. We are looking at 101, 102 for our temperatures today, so it's going to be plenty warm. Now, we won't be quite as warm as last week. Last week we're talking 106, 107 for our peak. This week it's more 103, 104, maybe 105, but I mean, we'll take what we can get. It's not that great. What is better is the overnight lows. Now, humidity is lower, so that means that less of a chance of really having a heat index during the day, and then overnight tonight and overnight through the week, we actually should cool down just a little bit more, because remember that when you have less humidity, more dry air, it warms and cools more efficiently. So yes, we're still going to be in the hundreds, but we should at night be able to cool down at least maybe a little bit more. And we do have the allergy forecast. The allergens will be low to medium. It's grass once again. Now, what I have to say about air quality, though, today and tomorrow, we get more wind during the rest of the week, but the first couple of days at least, we're not looking at a whole lot of rain, a whole lot of wind. No rain either, but not a lot of wind moving around. So that pollution that we have sometimes during the summer could be a little more prevalent in the air. So over the next couple of days, if you're sensitive to that, just keep that in mind. In the tropics, there's really not much going on. This was expected to be Emily, but not much happening there. And you see the little yellow kind of track here, that has a 20% chance of development really over the next 7 days. It's just not really going to do anything. It's moving into warm waters, but just not going to have the gas it needs. And then there's not really much else happening in the main development region either. So not much going on in the tropics right now either, not going to give us any help. So here's this high pressure system, and you see this clockwise flow here. The nice thing is we will be on the fringes, more of that northern flow here. So that's going to bring some of this drier air in that will mix downward. This is the upper levels, of course, but the drier air will mix down and help us to not be quite as humid. It's going to keep that Gulf moisture from just invading our area. Now, if this high pressure was further east, and if we see it move this way, which we very well could, we could easily see much more Gulf moisture moving in and just making us bake and sweat like crazy. It's, like I say, it's still warm, and we'll see that in the forecast. 101 today, 102. Wednesday and Thursday, I have kind of our peak, 104, 103 here. But like I said, the next couple of days, really the next few days, the winds are not very strong. But the good news is that Thursday, Friday, we get into stronger winds. Now we're going to trade off here, because unfortunately, when we get into the latter half of the week and the weekend, The winds will increase. That will help move the air around more, maybe get rid of some of that pollution. But the bad news is, yes, we do have rising fire risk because we are very dry out there. And when you have the winds, it makes those wildfires spread very, very quickly. Those grass fires and wildfires, that kind of thing. So just keep that in mind for the rest of the week. So we've got everything. In fact, we may even see some Saharan dust towards the middle and latter half of the week. So Saharan dust, rising fire risk, triple-digit temperatures. It's like Texas summer bingo, and we are hitting all of the marks today. So everything for this week, and I've mentioned this a few times on the page. Yes, we are in kind of the peak of summer right now. From the middle of July through the middle of August is really the peak of when we see our warmest temperatures. The normals, yes, are upper 90s, so we are technically above normal, but triple digits are nothing new to summer in Texas. So just bear in mind that, yes, we are looking at above normal temperatures, but we're in it now. When we get to middle of August, that's when we slowly but surely start to trend downward. So just hang in there a little longer for us. We will be getting to cooler temperatures soon, and stay tuned throughout the week because I'm going to be making sure to kind of keep an eye on the humidity and the winds and just make sure you understand the different risks that we're looking at throughout the week. So stay cool, stay dry out there. The good news is it will be mostly dry, but yes, make sure if you're not under a burn ban, if you're in Johnson or Navarro counties, you have a burn ban now. Ellis and Hill don't have a burn ban yet. I'm sure they probably will very soon. I'm waiting to hear back on some of that. But just be very, very cautious with outdoor flames. And if you're in a burn ban, just don't do it. Trust me, it's much more safer if you don't. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. Throughout the week, we'll keep you covered on the heat, the dust, the fires, all of the crazy things going on in the heat of summer.